A very good morning everyone. So following on from last night, I can't remember if I actually closed out the vlog or not, but I'm not sure if I'm doing these as individual days yet or one kind of week-long highlights thing, so kind of works out either way. But it is the next morning, so it's Wednesday morning now. We are with Oliver who wants an apple. So Kate and William are just getting ready in the room. Me and Oliver are already ready, so I brought him down here to let him run kind of around a little bit, burn some energy off before breakfast. But yeah, so last night was a really good night. The show was absolutely fantastic, with Gary Williams, some really good music there. Really recommend it. It was, yeah, fabulous show. Yeah, really enjoyed it. So last night was a nice evening. Went back to the room after that, had obviously a good night's sleep, and now ready to go for the second full day here on board Anthem. So just doing 270 at the minute. Gonna get him an apple, gonna get him a chance to kind of stretch his legs a little bit, you know, burn off some energy, and then we're gonna go for breakfast in the restaurant this morning rather than the buffet, so that'll be good fun. So yeah, we'll see what we get up to today. A couple more shows and whatever else this amazing ship has to offer, so I'll see what we get up to today then. So the 270 area at the back of the ship is absolutely fantastic. Really nice open area, lots of seating in here. You can go and get a coffee from the cafe, sit down, enjoy a drink, have some breakfast if you want as well. Really nice open area. Got these TV screens up here, which means it can be combined for a movie or form part of the cabaret show. And obviously various different stages and stuff, but absolutely lovely part of the ship. So I was just sat on my phone there just catching up with like Instagram, Facebook, etc, etc. Looked out the window and went, what's all those lights, and realised that we were actually approaching Liverpool. So I knew it was around 8 o'clock we were docking, but I didn't realise that we were already kind of going past it. But outside I'll try and show you as best as I can in a second. I can see the kind of lights and stuff of Liverpool as we come in. So yeah, I think we're docking in about an hour, which should be nice. Obviously, please excuse my reflection and the ship's reflection obviously in it, but here we go as we come in. Some of the dockyard, different cranes, container ships. So yeah, well on our way now, which is cool. I'll check the app in a second and see how far we've got to go. So a quick check of the ship tracking app, and obviously there we are approaching Liverpool docks. So we're just going past all the kind of main port bits with all the container ships. Just seeing an MSC cruise, well, MSC container ship I guess rather than cruise ship, but just seeing one of those on the dock as well, which is quite cool. But yeah, we're slowly getting there, so I imagine pretty much on time, about 8 o'clock we'll be pulling up to the dock. Hopefully that we just pull straight in, as we've got a cabin on the left hand side, so if we pull straight in we'll get a good view of obviously Liverpool and maybe the send-off that they do this afternoon. Liverpool usually do quite good send-offs at the port, and with this being the last time the Anthem is visiting, maybe do some fireworks, something like that, but we'll see. Either way, we'll go up there this afternoon when the ship does its sail away. So yeah, nearly there. Just about to see out the window as well. The camera focus is moving along nicely, so yeah. And just on the subject of kind of MSC cruises and Royal Caribbean, etc, etc, we are going to be doing a video at some point about all the different cruise lines that we've done this summer, what we thought of them, which has been our favourite. We've all done MSC Virtuosa twice now. Me and Kate did a solo cruise on the P&O Britannia, and now we've done Anthem. Kate's actually done Anthem twice alongside William. Whereas it's my first time on board. We've done 3 different cruise lines this summer. I've also got a cruise booked with Virgin Voyages next year on their new ship Valiant Lady when that comes out in March. So lots of kind of cruise lines we've experienced this year, with more to come as well. We've even got a Carnival cruise booked next summer as well, so fingers crossed we can get over to America and enjoy that as well. So lots of different cruise lines. Just a kind of a quick idea of kind of our thoughts and stuff. So they're all obviously completely different, all has their kind of appeal in some regard, and also, you know, others it makes you wonder if it's worth it, and you know, is it worth the money. For example, so Royal Caribbean has been probably one of the most expensive cruises we've done, but then when you look at some of the stuff on board, different facilities, the food offering, the shows, it just depends on obviously what your preference is and what you're willing to pay. So at some point we'll do like a video and we'll break it down properly as to kind of what we spent roughly. Do we think it's worth it for that particular cruise or not? Just so far I'm really loving Anthem. It's been a really nice ship. There's lots of good activities on board. The actual ship amenities are quite nice as well. So it's been very, very good so far. I've been very impressed with the food. It's not outstanding, but one thing that's been really really good and nice is the variety. So breakfast, lunch and dinner, huge offering in the buffet. The restaurant dinners have been okay. There's again, it's a good selection and stuff, and you'll definitely find something that you like. But the buffet has been, you know, mind-bogglingly detailed with the amount you have. Each section, whether it's Indian, Mexican or British or whatever it may be, you've got not just 1 or 2 dishes, but you've got a whole array and selection and stuff, so you really can find anything to suit your needs. So yeah, it's been really good so far, but we'll cover that in a future video, but I just thought I'd throw it in here now while I've got a spare moment. And we've got what appears to be, I'm assuming, a tugboat pulling up behind, so it's obviously getting awfully close to the ship as it starts to slow down. But presumably this ship is going to drop its lines in a minute, and it's obviously going to start getting pulled into the port. Oh, there comes a good gentleman down the ladder now. I'm not sure how much will come up, obviously because of the reflection, so I apologise, but I thought it was quite cool. You don't see that every day. So they got the tug connected. Obviously the line goes into this little hole down here at the bottom of the ship at the back. But it was all connected a few minutes ago, and now obviously it's assisting us into the port. So I can't be too far now from docking, slowing down a little bit, but we are still crawling on in. Oliver's here watching it with me. Welcome to a rather grey and windy Liverpool. Ship's all docked, just had breakfast in the restaurant. We'll explore what you can do on the ship this morning. So here's a look at Seaflex Doghouse. Here in obviously the Seaplex. So hot dogs, pick your dog, top it off with different toppings, side bits, and obviously the opening hours there. So you're all getting set up for the afternoon rush, beers, cold drinks and stuff as well. So that's located obviously on the Seaplex level here on deck 15, and you've got a Coca-Cola freestyle machine as well to use, which is really handy. So obviously the Seaplex at the minute is set up with all the different nets. It's got a basketball court, tennis or squash kind of set up as well. Or they do football as well. So set up for different activities throughout the day. Really nice. And then upstairs you've got the table tennis that we saw yesterday, Xbox, ice hockey and stuff like that. Also on deck 15 on the outside, you've got the rock climbing wall here on board Anthem. So this is open certain days at sea and in port, depending on weather conditions. I think it's a little bit windy, which is why it's shut now. Giant giraffe overlooking you as you do it. That's located at deck 15 as well. Just going to head back to the back of the ship here and look at the Flow Rider and iFlow. So fast forward a little bit of time and I'm now back outside on deck 15. Went and had breakfast with Kate, William and Oliver. Obviously a nice family breakfast and stuff, which was nice. Went and sat and chilled in 270 for a little bit, and then went and did a quiz actually in the music hall. So it was just a general knowledge quiz. We got 10 out of 20, which considering our star wasn't too bad at all. So we did that, went for a bit of a wander, had a like kind of early lunch if you like, or a bit of a snack in Sorrento's Pizzeria, and there's a little cafe there where you can get sandwiches and desserts and stuff. So had that, which was nice, and obviously now we're outside. So Oliver's going for his nap, Kate's going to try and have a little sleep as well, and then we're going to see what the afternoon brings. I've come to deck 15 and just going for another wander around, still exploring, still discovering new bits of the ship. And I'm also doing some filming and stuff. We're going to have like a room tour, ship tour, and other bits and bobs for future videos. I've just come to the desk here on deck 15, which is just here, this building. and I've signed the waiver for the flow rider, so maybe do that later this afternoon. It's 1 PM till 4 today, or maybe tomorrow or Friday, give that a whirl. It's going to be a little bit out of my comfort zone and something a bit different, but I'm quite looking forward to it. So I've signed the waiver for that. I've got a little wristband as well, and hopefully later on I'll be able to do that, and it'll be a good laugh if nothing else. So I'll go for a bit of a wander around now, show you some more of the ship, and then do some kind of ship tour filming and stuff, I think, before maybe going to find one of the bars and having a cocktail or two. So that's the plan for this afternoon. We've got a couple of shows booked as well. I think the buffet is where we're going to head for dinner tonight, and there's various other quizzes and bits on as well. So nice afternoon. Obviously we're in Liverpool at the minute, so ship's nice and steady, whereas the seas were a bit rough the past couple of days. So just going to make the most of the afternoon really, and see what we can get up to. So if anyone's interested, you have to come to deck 15 where the giraffe and the rock climbing wall is. You pop in here, and this is obviously where you sign the waiver for the ripcord and the flow rider. You go in there, you give them your sea pass, they run through a health declaration, kind of safety form and stuff like that, and you do that. So that's where you got the details about flow rider. Some bits there for you as well, minimum height and stuff. No, there's no weight limit for it, it's just a height restriction, and that's recorded by iFly obviously as well. And then up here is the flow rider desk, which I will show you now.
Are you going to do the flow rider? Why?
So here's obviously the flow rider, what Royal Caribbean is famous for. So usually obviously the water is pumping out from here. You sit on the paddle board, and then obviously you go through and give it a whirl. So I'm going to try and do that later on. It's going to be a bit of a laugh and anything else. So that should be fun. Pop up here, and you've got the iFly. So this isn't currently running due to COVID cases being on board last week's cruise and staff having to isolate, so taking no unnecessary risks. Obviously it's shut down at the minute, but usually you go in here, fan blows air up, and you can do some indoor skydiving. So quite a cool little activity. So this is the flow rider, obviously quite unique, quite popular on Royal Caribbean ships from what I've seen. One of the things they're kind of known for, if you like, they're on most of their ships. And Anthem of the Seas is no exception, so quite looking forward to doing that later on. It's going to be a different and challenging experience, but I think it'll be good fun, so yeah, we'll see how it goes. So just to give you some more information about the flow rider, you've got this downstairs as well, but it's also up right next to the actual flow rider itself, so it does give you some warnings there about different risks, obviously falling off, possibly hitting your head, usual kind of bits and bobs, and obviously just to have a note about, you know, how to minimize injuries, listen to staff, etc, etc. Maximum of 4 people on at a time, and I usually have only ever seen 1 or 2 at an absolute maximum. And the event that they do have more people on, they have this tube here that goes down the middle, and then it just kind of separates the course, if you like. Some information there for you then about the flow rider. So bodyboard is a minimum of 52 inches, a flow board is a minimum of 58. Obviously listen to the staff at all times, keep your board in the centre, consider covering up, shower before entering the facility, etc, etc. Some do nots there, fairly obvious and stuff, but obviously they do have to have them there for a legal point of view. Some cautions, and then also some information, more importantly, about how to actually do the bodyboard and flow board and stuff. So obviously that's the bodyboard there, the best way to do it, how you do it, how to use your legs, etc, etc, and then the flow board or the standing up board, how you do that as well. So some useful information here for you. That's obviously found downstairs by the desk that I showed you a minute ago, and also obviously on the deck where the flow rider is. So it's definitely worth a read if you are considering doing it. Also on board they've got a shuffleboard track, so you can borrow the equipment from the desk and play shuffleboard as well. A bit more kind of art deco, if you like, on board the ship. So kind of a cool truck coming out of the seaplex. that forms part of the indoor Seaplex hot dog restaurant. Obviously a running track that expands around the around the ship as well. So on Royal Caribbean they've obviously got all the sun lounges out as you'd expect, even though the day's not the best for it. But they've cabled them all down. But you can still use them. There are still a few people enjoying obviously the outdoors, but it is, as you'd expect for October in the UK, not the best weather. But it's not too bad. Got the North Star going there as well. Anthem of the Seas. So just above me then you've got the North Star here on Anthem of the Seas, another Royal Caribbean kind of popular item if you like. Obviously it goes up and it also extends out over the ship as well. On a port day it's a free activity, so it's just a case of booking a slot. We haven't had any luck so far on the cruise just because of how busy and how popular it is, but you know, people are getting tickets, which is good. And on a sea day it's a $29 for an adult or a child upcharge, so I think that's about £20. So £20 on a sea day, or free if you can get it on a port day. But it is really good. Obviously you do get some really nice views of the ship. I saw someone last night do it at night and saw some photos on Facebook, and the ship obviously looked fantastic, all lit up, which was quite cool. So two different experiences I guess, depending on whether you do it during the day or night. But just thought I'd give you a quick note on what the North Star is price wise if you are looking at doing this ship in the future. And some additional information for you about the North Star there as well. So obviously if you're an expectant mother, any back pain issues like that, maybe not the best thing to ride. You've got to be a minimum of 42 inches. If you're less than 48 inches, then obviously you need to be accompanied by an adult. And there's a maximum rider weight there as well of 135 kilos or 300 pounds. So just some information for you there about the North Star. So I've come to the Sky Bar, which is the bar just by the North Star here, so I thought I'd grab a quick drink for a minute. Didn't intend on doing it, but saw the bar was quiet, I figured why not, and they've got a drink which I tried to get on the first day here on Monday. They didn't have the stuff in, but I managed to get a watermelon margarita, which is something a little bit different. But I'm going to sit here for a minute and enjoy this and then go for a further walk around. I can just feel the raindrops starting to kind of fall down, so I may have to run and enjoy it in a minute. But no, I'll sit and enjoy this and make the most of a very cloudy and gloomy kind of Liverpool. But no, it's nice sitting out here, it's nice fresh air. North Star just above me is going as well, but then asked about that. I hope to get tickets for it tomorrow or maybe on Friday, but yeah, let's sit and enjoy this now. So while I was here, I thought I'd quickly show you some of the Royal Caribbean app, which I think is one of the best things about this cruise line. It really is a fantastic tool compared to the likes of P&O and MSC, whose app is very, very kind of basic. This is a really kind of good app overall. So you've got three different tabs up here. This first one brings up the ship and a deck map, so you can go on here and you can look for things like dining. So if I click on dining, I can find, for example, Chops Grill, and then I can go find on deck, and what it will do is it will pop up and it will tell you obviously where it is, deck 5, and it will highlight it for you on there as well. So obviously there it is up there, and it also will tell you, you know, whatever else you've got on there as well. 217 next cruise, for example. If you come back out of that, obviously as well, on each restaurant you'll get a little menu tab, so you can click on that. It tells you what's available at the bar, champagne, any specialty cocktails, and also the dinner menu up here as well. Coming back out of that, if you then go to the next tab, you've got all about your cruise. So you've got your daily planner, which is everything that they're running on that day. So they've got the North Star, boogie boarding, dance class, Liverpool tour, which is obviously an excursion, piano melodies, shows, movies and stuff that are playing in the theatre, game shows, etc, etc. So you can click on that again, and you can either add it to calendar as a reminder, so you know to kind of head that way prior to the event, or if it's a reservation, for example North Star, you come on here, as this is a port day, it's complimentary, you click on reserve now, and then usually you can go onto here and select who in your party you'd like to do it, click on next, and then come to the next bit, day 3 for example, and usually what happens is it pops up here with different time slots, but as it's later on in the day they're all gone now. So that's just a quick look of how you kind of make reservations. Coming back onto this bit, the other bit you've got here is my calendar. So anything we've added to our calendar, the scavenger hunt, or for example the headliner show this afternoon, we've got some trivia, sale, kind of quizzes and stuff, it all appears here, so you can get a timeline of what you've got booked and when, and it's just really handy. And what the app actually does, sends you reminders if you've got notifications turned on, that you know you've got an event in an hour, you've got an event in 15 minutes, which is really useful if you forget things and you know the time passes you quite quickly. Obviously you've got different tabs on here for each day, so this is day 3, which is today obviously in Liverpool, day 4 tomorrow for Belfast, again my calendar and the daily planner, and then obviously day 5, which is Friday, our day at sea, and then last but certainly not least day 6, which is the morning that obviously we get back into Southampton. So that's just a very quick look at that there. And the last thing obviously is this bit here, which is all to do with your personal information, what room you are, who's sailing, etc, etc. I won't go into too much detail on here, obviously it's got personal information, but that, you know, it tells you where your muster station is, your stateroom, who's in there, etc, etc. It tells you about your dining, so whether you've got a slot, a certain time booked like a slot, or if you having any time dining, etc, etc. Tells you about the internet package, and then also gives you information about your onboard activity, so where you've been on the ship, what you've ordered in terms of drinks, etc, etc, and then a next cruise offer there as well. So that's kind of just a little bit the idea what you've got on the ship. And then you've also got up here a little chat tab as well. So this is a paid extra, I think it's $2 a day, and it's per person using it. So for example, Kate is in the other room, so you paid for it for me and for Kate, but we can message each other if we're not on the Wi-Fi, and you can invite people to chat, and it's just a useful way to keep in contact. That's a very quick look at the Royal Caribbean app, which I think is an absolutely fantastic app. It's really, really well designed, it works really well, you can see all your reservations, and it overall is a really, really good part of the cruise line, so very impressed with it. More information about the North Star. Worth noting is that on the pool deck, which is deck 14 here on Anthem of the Seas, there's also a complimentary ice cream. So down here you've got a set of machines, obviously there's a queue forming, but you can help yourself usually, but obviously with the minute COVID times they've got a member of staff there, you can help yourself to the ice cream. They've got different flavours, chocolate, strawberry, vanilla, etc, etc, but really good. Obviously if the kids want ice cream they can come there and get a free ice cream. So here we are on deck 16, which is the Vitality Fitness Centre, or gym if you want to call it that. This here is the hours of operation for our particular itinerary. So open at 8 and shut at 8, so 12-hour session. I'll give you a quick peek in here. Towels on the side, sanitisation wipes, information about one of the scans they offer, and obviously a look at some of the equipment. Treadmills, running bikes, different weight area, treadmills. They've got TRX systems over the back here, and obviously a nice weights area. I won't venture too far around, obviously people are trying to work out. And they've also got these private consultation rooms where you can book and have a private session with a tutor or a trainer, discuss things like metabolism, general fitness, different bits and bobs like that. Obviously it's usually an upsale, but you have got them available if that is something you're into here on board Anthem of the Seas. Here is a look of what the ship guide looks like on each of the kind of lift areas. So you get this on every floor. Obviously it will tell you what floor you're on, it will provide you an overview of the ship, where you are on it, what's around you, give you a generic kind of deck plan, and then it gives you the list of all the main floors and what's on them. So as you can see, 5, 4, 3, 2 are the ones with kind of the restaurants are, the medical centre at the bottom, the casino, all the way to the top where you start getting the North Star, the pools, the arcades, etc. So that's just a very quick overview for you. I can't remember if I've shown it already or not in a previous clip, but on board they have in each of the lifts these little tabs here that give you the day of the week, and obviously it's changed every day to reflect which day it is of the week. Just a really simple thing which I guess not a lot of people think about. Obviously someone has to change every night. It's just a nice little touch really. I thought I'd point it out while I'm making my way down to the bottom of the ship. Quick look at the music hall. Obviously usually playing live music in here, variety of different bands, 2 levels and a really nice place to sit and have a look. So after enjoying some time up on the top deck with a drink up there, I've made a wander down through the ship, went and had a look at the gym, went and had a look at the various different bars and stuff, went and sat in the music hall for a minute and just enjoyed some atmosphere in there. And now I'm at a bar that we haven't actually sat at yet called the Schooner Bar. I hope I'm saying that right. But it's just above the music hall, just along from the theatre. But it's a really nice bar here, fairly small, but what's really impressive that there's so many seats still here and all the other bars. You really do not struggle to find a seat in any of them. But I've got a beer now, just enjoying that for a little bit, and then I imagine Oliver will be getting up from his nap very soon, and we can see what we can get up to this afternoon. But I know we've got a show later on, that's a comedian slash magicians, that should be good fun, so looking forward to that in a little bit. But enjoying this drink now, and then we will head on later on and see what we can get up to then. one thing I thought I'd point out quickly on board the ship here is one of the sanitisation methods they have in place. So they've got these Perel wipes here by the door. You just take one and then you can use it on the handle to prevent obviously extra contact with surfaces. Really nice simple way of obviously providing extra security against germs and stuff. Alongside that, they've also got sanitising stations all around the ship, in particular again where you're getting near surfaces. So by the lifts, for example, here you've got a Perel station there, and that's just how you can prevent some contamination on board. So very nice little extra measure in place there by Royal Caribbean. Back outside then for a quick fresh air break. It's really nice in that bar there actually. We've been past it a few different times heading to the theatre, but it's always got live music on or something going on, and even if it doesn't, for a brief minute, it's just nice to sit there quietly, have a beer, play cards, whatever it is. People are doing all sorts of bits and bobs, so I really like that bar actually. But I've just come out the back here just for a little bit of fresh air on one of the decks. Obviously all the lifeboats and stuff behind me here, and this time obviously got a view of the Liverpool waterway and stuff, so just kind of having a bit of a fresh air, a bit of a breather, and then I'm going to make my way back towards kind of the aft of the ship with the kind of thought process of obviously heading towards the room very shortly when Oliver wakes up. So yeah, it's really nice in the ship. I really like how many bars and stuff there are on board, and I don't know if it's the capacity of our particular cruise at the minute, but it seems quite enough where you can get stuff done, enjoy bars, get a seat and table and stuff, without it being too quiet. So it's really you know, it's really nice and stuff. Compared to the cruise we did on Virtuosa back in August, that was chaotic. There was so many people on board, the bars were always really busy, it took a while to get drinks. Whereas here it's lovely, there's a good atmosphere where you're able to get a drink, and it doesn't matter which part of the ship you're in, there's always seats available. One area might be particularly busy, for example if there's a quiz and stuff, but obviously use common sense and get there a little bit early and stuff. If you get there early, you can only have a drink, get a table and stuff, and then you can enjoy the quiz. Even when there has been a quiz on, we've been able to pass through and people are standing up and doing it, or there's still seats available and stuff, so it's by no means busy in the sense of you can't do anything. It just requires a bit of kind of forward thinking, so that's kind of what you'd expect. But it's been a really nice crowd level on this ship, and hopefully, you know, it continues and stuff over the coming days. It's been really nice so far. So yeah, gonna go for a wander along the deck, I think, enjoy the fresh air, and then see what we can get up to this afternoon. I know we've got the music, sorry, not the music, the Magician and the comedy show this afternoon, so hopefully Oliver can sit through that. We went and saw We Will Rock You yesterday, and he really enjoyed it, surprisingly, so a bit of an interesting one there. I didn't expect him to sit through the show, but he managed to sit through a good hour of it, which for a toddler and stuff, I'm sure everyone will agree it's quite something. So I'm gonna go for a walk down here now, and then we'll maybe head back up to the room and see if we can find Oliver, William and Kate. Just walking past all the lifeboats. Anthem of the Seas, where the ship's registered, obviously over in the Bahamas. Absolutely massive these are. So obviously in the event of an emergency, they swing out over here onto the side, and then you walk through these different barriers and get on board. And obviously in the Caribbean or places like that where they're doing different ports, obviously they can be used as tender boats as well. So yeah, it's something a bit different and stuff. I always really like seeing all these kind of workings of the ship and stuff. When you watch a lot of documentaries on TVs, you see bits like this, so it's just nice to go for a bit of wander. You get some fresh air and get to have a little browse of the lifeboats as well. So yeah, making my way down now towards the middle of the ship. I'll probably head in here where you've got Wonderland and the art gallery, and go for a bit of an explore around there. So this here is Wonderland on board Anthem of the Seas, which is kind of an imaginative cuisine restaurant here on board, obviously themed to the Mad Hatter kind of style of dining. Really cool kind of artwork in here, really cool decor. Obviously you've got these kind of large style throne chairs, but obviously setting up for dinner later on. But we've got this booked on Friday and I'm hoping that obviously it'll be a really nice experience. Definitely looks it. When I walked past last night, it smelled absolutely amazing. So this here is the kind of main promenade, if you like, of the Anthem of the Seas. Maybe isn't as kind of majestic or kind of hasn't got quite the same wow factor that maybe the Virtuosa has, for example. However, it is still a really nice kind of promenade or kind of main ship area, if you like. Down here obviously you've got loads of different bars and restaurants. You've got Wonderland just behind me over here, and then an Azumi sushi over in the background over here. You've got the Bionic barges here as well, which if you have the drinks package is usually included. At the minute it's not running, unfortunately. And then you've got various different shops, bars. There's Sorrento's Pizza down here, there's a pub, there's all sorts of different bits and bobs, but it's still decorated really nicely. It's really open, and even though there's so much here in terms of restaurants, pubs, bars, etc, it still feels really kind of open and stuff, so it's really nice. So I'll give you a kind of quick whistle stop tour going around. I'll insert some footage of what I've kind of accumulated so far this cruise, but it's a really nice area of the ship, really nice area to hang out, and you'll pass through it quite a lot trying to get to various areas obviously of the ship as well. So really nice here on board Anthem of the Seas. So after we boarded the Anthem of the Seas, we came through the gangway that's just around the corner over here, and then you're greeted with this kind of open area here. This here is like an artwork feature of all these light bulbs, and what you do is you come over here and place both your hands down on here, and it registers your heartbeat, and then obviously it puts that into like a memory bank, if you like, of all the different heartbeats on here. And then once you put a new one on, the oldest one that's on there gets erased. But quite a cool little artwork feature here. As mentioned, you got Wonderland over there. Coming down here, you've got Sorrento's Pizza down the bottom, as well as La Patisseria. You've got the shop down here as well, where they sell obviously Royal Caribbean merchandise. Guest services is just down here, and then underneath us on the very bottom you've got the casino floor down here, and a few different bars and stuff along here, and that is the pub over in the distance over there. So yeah, really nice area of the ship, really nice and open and stuff. It looks, you know, almost brand new, very modern still, even though it's kind of a fairly old ship by modern cruise standards, if you like. But no, really is a fantastic ship. This here is the collection of lifts in the centre of the ship. So you've got 6 elevators that lead up obviously to the top and also down to the bottom down here. Again, really nice artwork and stuff on here. And as you head through this way, you start heading towards the back of the ship where 270 is located. So again, it just feels really kind of nice and calm here. Very kind of shui, if that's the kind of words that you want to use. Really nice and floral, really open, and this area here is a fantastic area to come and sit in as well. So you've got some more artwork here in the sitting area. This is also our muster station as well, and also Kate and William's muster station. So you've got Jamie's Italian over here, you've got Hublo over there, and I think that's Bulgari, and obviously the vintage wine bar over here as well. So really nice layout here. Lovely area of the ship. It looks really pretty with all the lights.
Come here, come say hello. Are we going to see a magic show? Yeah? We're in the theatre again, ready for our next show. We're going to watch the kids' magic show. Yeah, comedy and magic. You excited? Good. We're leaving. Say bye, Liverpool. Lots of people watching down there. Are you waving? Say bye. Good boy. Leaving Liverpool. Where did you get them last time? Oh. Bye. Bye, Liverpool. Spinning around. Check out those cakes, Oliver. Whoa.
Ooh la la.
Ooh la la, indeed. Yummy. Oh, look at that cake with the strawberries. Oliver's having some din-dins. Fish fingers, cheesy pasta, some sausage rolls and mashed potato. At the buffet for din-dins, aren't we? It looks really nice. It smells good. It's such a variety. Mmm, yummy, scummy. And a very good evening to you again. So I'm now obviously in our cabin. I've got Oliver next door in our connecting room trying to go to sleep, so he's, you know, trying to settle. I'm just in here obviously keeping an eye on him, listening to the kind of sound of the ocean, enjoying a drink on the balcony. So yeah, it's been a really nice, lovely evening. We went and got changed after the magic show this afternoon, which was absolutely fantastic. It was really, really good. It was a kids' magic show, lots of kind of funny humour, a couple of inappropriate, kind of rude comments, which obviously, you know, keeps the adults entertained as well. But no, the boys really liked it. You know, me and Kate really enjoyed it. It was something different, so that was really good fun this afternoon. And then we enjoyed the sail away from Liverpool, which obviously I inserted some footage of earlier as well. So it's been a really nice evening. We went to the buffet for tea tonight, and I'm absolutely mind-boggled. You know, just how much variety you do get on board this ship. There is so much food, and equally, you know, at each section it's not just one kind of dish, for example. So whereas on Virtuoso, if they had a curry, it might have been a fish curry, and that was kind of it. You've now got different kind of rice, poppadoms. They had like 4 or 5 different types of curry, and then they've got a pasta station that has 4 or 5 different types of pasta. So there's absolutely loads of different bits and bobs. So really, really impressed with that. Really lovely meal. Went and kind of sat in a couple of bars, went and sat in Balearos for a little bit and had a drink, and now obviously trying to get Oliver back into bed. So not quite going to plan, because as you can see, he has appeared. So he's going to go back into bed now. I'm going to sit in the dark and try and, you know, finish this drink, and hopefully he'll drift off, and that'll be the end of the night. So yeah, it's been a good day again on board Anthem. Looking forward to seeing what tomorrow brings. In the meantime though, I'll end the video here. If you've got any questions about the ship, please leave them down below. If you're new to the channel, please drop a like and a comment, and obviously subscribe as well for more videos on the Anthem of the Seas and many, many more cruises and theme park holidays. So that's all from this video. I will see you in the next one, and many thanks for watching.